Good morning to all of you. I welcomes to all in our lecture series on classical mechanics, that is your core paper 2, belongs to your first semester BSc syllabus. In our last class we have been discussed about motion of a particle under central force field. In detail we have been discussed. Shortly I am going to just discuss for your revision. Force attractive, whenever we are going to be consider attractive force, that means it should have to be negative. For repulsive, the force should have to be positive, represented by positive. And two mass attraction, gravitational force, electrostatic force also, your central force, magnetostatic force also, force of attraction and repulsion also called as central force. And these are the characteristics of the central force. Angular velocity should be conserved, and your motion under central force is confined in the plane. That means if this is moving like this, then this will be your angular momentum. As angular momentum has to be conserved, then this motion has to be confined in this plane. Okay, in detail we have been discussed. And third characteristics is that aerial velocity also remain constant. So in today class we are going to discuss two body problem and its reduction to one body problem. Okay, so before you have to go through this video, I suggest that you have to go through the last video, because it will be better that you can understand today's video. And here I can say you that suppose this will be a nucleus and electron is revolving around the nucleus. According to, suppose we are going to consider the Bohr's model. So here you can see this is the positive charge, negative charge, the electrostatic attraction will be there. So the force of attraction along this line. So here, if electron will be move farther distance or towards the nucleus, then force between these two charges, nucleus and electrons, is going to be affected. Likewise, so that hence force is the function of r cap, which is joined between nucleus to electron. Likewise, we can consider another central force motion, central field motion, or central force motion. We can say sun around earth is rotating. So this is your gravitational attraction between sun and earth. And here this force between sun and earth along a line and towards the center. So hence it will be called as your the so-called central force motion, or uh, this one, central force field, particle under central force field motion of the particle. These two are the example of motion of the particle under central force field. Now we are going to go through the two body problem and its reduction to one body problem. So here the two body problem under central force can be reduced to the form of one body problem, which will be discussed in this section. Suppose we are going to be consider two body m1 and m2 separated by a distance r. m1 position vector r1, this is origin. Okay, this is origin, and r2 is the position vector of m2. That means the distance between origin to m2 is r2 mod, and r1 mod is the distance from origin to m1, and this is the direction of position vector of the mass m1. For m2 it is r2. So let us consider an isolated system of two particles under a central force field, central force, that is fr into r cap. Okay, here it is f function of r into r cap is equal to capital F, which depends on the distance between the two particles and is directed along the line joining the two particles. So line joining the two particles is this one. So we have to consider the central force between this and this is this one. Between the two mass is F1, which depends on the distance between the two particles. That means this one. depends upon r modulus. Okay. Let m1 m2 are the masses of two particles having the position vector r1 and r2 with respect to the origin shown in the figure 1. Then by triangle law, r2 plus r1, r2 plus r will be equal to r1, r2 plus r equal to r1. Okay, that implies r will be r1 minus r2, where r is the vectorial distance from m2 to m1. So here r is nothing but vectorial distance. That means both having both magnitude and direction from m2 to m1, right? So the modulus of r will be r1 minus r2 modulus. That is your r, only the distance between m2 and m1. The two particles exert central force on each other along the line joining m1 and m2, that is along r. So along this line, the central force is induced or exerts. The two particles exert central force or inducing central force, or they are influenced with one another. Exert central force on each other or influenced with central force with one another, okay, along the line joining m1 and m2, that is your along r. Okay, now let F12 is the force exerted by m1 on m2 and 21 is the force exerted by m2 on m1. That means on m1, on m2, due to m1, let it is F12, whatever I written this one, is force exerted by m1 on m2. Likewise 21 is represents the force on m1 by m2. Okay, we know that in our beginning of gravitational chapter or Newtonian mechanics, Newton's law of gravitation, in that video we have been explained that both the forces are action and reaction pair, right? That means F12 equal to minus F21, or we can write F21 equal to minus F12. These things we have been already discussed. Okay, now consider F21 equal to F for r cap. Suppose F21 is equal to F r cap. Let it is your equation number 1. Hence F12 will be equal to minus of F r cap, because F21 will be equal to minus F12. Okay, or F12 equal to minus of F21. So let F21 is F of r cap, then F12 will be minus of F21, this one. Let it is your equation number 2. Okay, the equation of motion for m1 and m2 are this one and this one. Carefully you have to watch these two equations. See, equation of motion of m1 is this one, of m2 is this one. So what it is written, first I am going to be read, then I am going to explain. So here m1 d square r1 by dt square. So if m1 is in the dynamics, if m1 is in the motion, then this r1 is going to be changed. So m1 into r1 changed means we can consider its corresponding acceleration in the form of d square r1 by dt square, right? See, dr by dt, r is the position, r is the displacement, so dr by dt will be the velocity, d square, again next derivative, d square r by dt square will be the acceleration. And the equation of motion, we know that ma equal to force. Okay, so here left hand side represents mass into acceleration, whose mass? m1 mass. This is the mass and its acceleration. Acceleration is what? Acceleration is d square r vector by dt square is equal to f of r cap. Why I written f of r cap, which is the value of f21? Why I not written minus here? See, M1 will be in the dynamics due to the force of what? This M1 is going to be in dynamics. It is moving, or it is in the motion due to the force of M2. Whatever the force M2 exerts on M1, due to that force M1 is going to be dynamics. Okay, M1 is going to be motion. So M1 is in the motion condition due to the force exerted by the M2. So the force exerted by the M2 on M1 is F21. F21 is nothing but F of r cap. So here I written F of r cap. Let it is your equation number 3 from equation number 1. These things I have been substituted. Similarly, if M2 is in the dynamics, then due to the force of M1 on M2, so force of M1 on M2 is nothing but minus F of r cap. Here I written this one. This is the equation of M2. So here 3 and 4 equation of motion of M1 and M2 respectively. Now the equation of 3 and 4 also can be written in the form of R1 double dash equal to F of r cap, M2 R2 double dot equal to minus F of r cap. In your mathematical physics, maybe you have been already studied that. Suppose dv by dt is there, can be represented by v dot, or dx by dt can be represented by x dot, dr by dt can be represented by r dot. Similarly, d square r by dt square will be nothing but d square r by dt square is nothing but r double dot. Okay, so r double dot means this is differentiated with respect to t 2 times. So something to the power in your mechanics x to the power x dot, that means single derivative with respect to time. X double derivative means double derivative del d square x by dt square with respect to time, double derivative with respect to time. So here double derivative of r1 with respect to t, that means we can write r1 double dot equal to f r cap. Equation number 3 changes to equation number 5. Similarly, equation number 4 changes to equation number 6 by considering d square r2 by dt square as r2 double dot. Okay, this is your 5 and 6 equation. From 5 and 6 equation, we can write r1 double dot will be equal to f r cap by m1. Okay, and from 6 r2 double dot equal to minus f r cap by m2. Simple thing. Next, we have to just subtract. So then r1 double dot minus r2 double dot will be equal to c. Here r1 double dot minus r2 double dot, if we are going to do, then it will be this minus this, already minus is there, so this plus this. So here fr r cap both are same in both. This is the common term for this, and this can be taken outside. Okay, so fr r cap into 1 by m1 plus 1 by m2, because this one minus is there, so minus of r1 minus of r2 means minus of minus, this will be plus, so it will be plus 1 by m2. So here I can write, you can see this r1 and r2 is nothing but its double derivative with respect to t. This r1 is r1 double dot means d square r1 by dt square. This is d square r2 by dt square. So d square by dt square can be taken outside. R1 minus r2 equal to this in this is, and just add these two. It will be m1 plus m2 by m1 into m2. So here that implies if I am going to take this one to this side, it will be m1 by m1 m2. M1 m2 will be moved to the numerator. M1 m2 by m1 plus m2 into this one, d square by dt square, r1 minus r2. R1 minus r2 is nothing but your r, small r. You can see r1 minus r2 is nothing but r. Okay, so we can write d square r by dt square is equal to f of r cap. right? Here as R is nothing but your R1 minus R2. So this, instead of M1 M2 by M1 plus M2, here we have been substituted a one term, that is mu. Okay, mu. This double derivative of R can be represented as R vector double dot equal to this much. Let it is your equation number 7. And here mu equal to nothing but m1 plus m1 into m2 by m1 plus m2 is known as reduced mass of the system, and this mu is represented by equation number 8. And here the equation number 7 is similar to that of equation of motion of a particle of mass m. Suppose we are going to consider any mass. What is the equation of motion? M into A equal to F, right? That means m into d square r by dt square is equal to f, right? So this equation also is very similar with this one, very similar. Here if I am going to compare this equation and this equation, here mu is the unit of mass, is the unit of mass, because here the product, so it will be kg square by kg. So obviously mu is the dimension of or unit of mass. So equation number 7 is very similar to that of the equation of motion of a particle of mass mu. If we are going to consider mass of the particle is mu, instead of m I can write d square r by dt square equal to f. So this equation is equal to this one. Okay, same thing it has been written. A particle of mass m acted on by force F or R cap. In this way we can say two body problem. So initially we have been considered that two bodies separated differential equations, and that is reduced to only single equation, that is transformed to one body problem. In this way we can say that two body problem reduced, or you can say transformed to one body problem. Okay, now if equation number 8 will be solved, then one can obtain the value of r1 and r2 in terms of center of mass coordinate. So this is the things whatever we discussed, that our center is this one. Okay, so here for this case we consider that mu is your reduced mass. So if equation number 8 we have to, if we can solve, then we can find the value of r1 r2 in the term of center of mass of the coordinate. So here if we are going to consider, this is the mass, two mass, center mass will be here, I can show you. The center mass will be here, and if we are going to consider center mass will be the origin, then what will the coordinate of m1 and m2 can be found out by solving this one. So whatever that we are going to discuss in our next class, that is your center of mass coordinates. Okay, no, it will be better that we have to discuss in this class because it is very short. You just watch it. Center of mass coordinates, it is a subheading of this topic. Okay, this is the subheading, this is center of mass coordinates. It's the subheading of this topic. Okay, this is one of the part of this topic. You can say the annexer type, extra things. If if in your exam it will be asked that you have to show the two body problem reduction to one body problem, that you have to write from here to here. Okay, here to here. This is the explanation of two body to one body transformation or reduction. But this is one additional part. You just watch how it will be. The position vector of the center of mass of the two body system is given by, so see, this is the mass, this is m1 and m2, this is your center of mass suppose, and this is r is represents the position vector of the center of mass. So the center of mass position vector, we know that it will be m1 r1 plus m2 r2 by m1 plus m2, that we have been we studied in our plus 2 level. So m1 r1 plus m2 r2 by m1 plus m2, the coordinate of r from the origin. Okay, origin from figure 1 it can be found that r is equal to r1 minus r2, that we found, that is your r equal to r1 minus r2. Now and R2 will be R1 minus R. Now we have to put R2 value in equation number 9. R2 value means here we have to put R2. Then it will be M1 R1 plus M2. R2 is nothing but R1 minus R. This will be R1 minus R. So here it will be M1 R1 plus M2 R1. Okay. So R1 can be taken outside. So M1 plus M2 minus M2R divided by M1 plus M2. M1 plus M2. Right. Now here just divide this M1 plus M2 with this term and this term. What you are going to find? First term will be only R1. Just divide this M1 plus M2 with this one. Then how much you are going to get? Only R1. Then divide with this one. You can get M2R by M1 plus M2, right? That implies R1 will be this term will be moved this side. It will be plus. It will add to with R, capital R. So R1 will be R plus this term gone this side. It will be plus M2R by M1 plus M2. Let it is your equation number 10. And but we know that A mu is nothing but how much? M1 M2 by M1 plus M2 is reduced mass of the two body system, right? Now you just see mu equal to M1 M2 by M1 plus M2. That implies mu by M1 will be M2 by M1 plus M2, right? So the equation number 10 here you can see M2 by M1 plus M2. M2 by M1 plus M2 is nothing but M1 mu by M1. Okay, here you can see M2 by M1 plus M2. Okay, here M2 by M1 plus M2 is nothing but mu by M1, right? So instead of this M2 by M1 plus M2 can be written as mu by M1. So hence equation number 10 will be equal to R capital R plus mu by M1 R. Let this is your equation number 11. So here R1, this is R1 is nothing but R plus this one. This from center mass to here is nothing but mu by M1 into R. Mu by M1 into R. Got it? So R1 will be this. According to triangle law also it will be satisfied. See here this one plus this one. This is the closing side. So R capital R plus this one will be R1. Right? Now similarly, now here we found that R small r1 equal to R plus mu by M1 R. This is your equation number 11. Similarly, R2 also can be found. R2 value can be found how? Here we substituted R2 equal to R minus R here. Okay. Likewise, R1 from this equation, R1 will be how much? R plus R2. So if we are going to substitute R1 here, then we can find R2 value in the form of capital R. Okay, how it is you can see. Similarly, R2 will be equal to R minus M1 by M1 plus M2 into R, or R2 will be equal to R minus mu by M2 R. Let it is your equation number 7. How it is here I have been derived. No need to write in the note, or it will better that these things you can write here side by for your understanding purposes in your future. Whenever you are going to follow the note, you can easily understand. So here R1 from this equation you can see R1 will be R plus R2, right? R plus R2 gone this side, R plus R2 equal to R1, right? So something it has been written that R plus R2 equal to R1, right? So capital R was how much? M1 R1 plus M2 R2 by M1 plus M2. Here I have to substitute R1 value. Okay. So R capital R will be equal to M1 into R plus R2 plus M2 R2. Here you can see M1 R2, M2 R2. R2 can be taken outside, M1 plus M2, and another term will be M1 R. M1 R. Okay. Divided by M1 plus M2. So whenever M1 plus M2 is going to divide with this and this, we can found R2 plus M1 by M1 plus M2 into R. Correct. Now R2 will be, this term will be moved this side, it will be R vector minus M1 by M1 plus M2 R. But mu, we know that M1 into M2 by M1 plus M2, right? So mu by M2 will be M1 by M1 plus M2, right? So here M1 by M1 plus M2 is nothing but mu by M2. So hence R2 will be equal to R minus mu by M2 R, small r, whatever written over here. Let this is your equation number 12. Now if we consider the center of mass coordinate system or the center of mass frame, then R will be equal to 0, right? This is the obvious things, because if we are going to change the origin from 0 0 to here, I'm going to show you. Initially origin was here. If I'm going to change the origin from here to here, then this R value is going to be 0, right? Or if we are going to consider this position and this position of M1 M2 from the center of mass, then this R value is not required. So hence R will be 0 whenever we are going to consider center of mass coordinate. Hence the center of mass coordinates of the M1 M2 are here. See, center of mass coordinate means from the center of mass, what is the coordinate? Understood? Center of mass coordinates means from the center of mass, what is the coordinate of M1 and M2? So from the center of mass, the coordinate of M1 is nothing but mu by M1 R. From this the coordinate of M2 is nothing but minus mu by M2 R, right? So this will be mu by M1 R and minus mu by M2 R respectively for mass M1 and M2, whatever the shown in the figure 2. Okay. So these are mu by M1 R minus mu by M2 R. These are the position vectors of M1 and M2, of mass M1 and M2, whenever we are going to consider center of mass is the origin. So from the center of mass, the position vector of M1, mass M1 will be mu by M1 R, and the position vector of mass 2 or M2 is minus mu by M2 R. Okay. So we have to stop our discussion here. In our next class, we are going to be discuss the energy equation and energy diagram. So thank you so much for watching this video. I suggest watch the video carefully, pause the video and write down the note. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you.